gets to him. There's no chance for him to actually get away.
Zoro0's already had to use that sadism in the top lane. Maima's put a lot of pressure on him. Maima did use his ultimate on towards him as well, so no interrupt on Zoro0. In fact, Zoro0 Maima has backed off. This could trigger the start for Gambit.
Yeah, and Gambit are actually around this area. They want to clear out some vision from Supa Hot Crew side because they have a lot of wards going down.
Well, we see Zoro0, he's going back to base. I think he's going to run straight towards his Dragon Hole. Berto's going to start it off. There's the teleport. Zoro0's coming in on this one, and Gambit want themselves a second Dragon. Maima comes around the side. Mixer in there. A repel from Impaler. Impaler's getting caught out. He's being chased on there. Moves tries to come in from the side, but this is a horrible, horrible pincer move for the Supa Hot Crew. They are all split up, and this is surely going to only go one way. It will be Gambit pushing them down. Zoro0 does a bully job and keeps them away, and Fury, well, he got the kill on Mixer. It's another Dragon for Gambit.
And Supa Hot Crew do the biggest mistake you can do when starting a fight. They were completely split up. There were 2 members of them on one side, the rest on the other one, so it's easy for Gambit to single them out and just go straight for them.
Great stuff for Gambit here. They really have done a job in the lane phase. We thought they might, but how will it transition towards the team fights? That's where the real money will be tested, because they are going to be pushing on. But again, everything so far has been solo played. A little bit of help from Holberto. It's a tower down. It's another tower down in mid as well. 2 towers. Gold is tumbling Gambit's way. They've now got a 5,000 gold advantage over the Supa Hot Crew.
And the only bright thing for Supa Hot Crew's side is the fact that the mid lane turret and the top turret are fairly low. So if they can win a fight, they can go there, take these turrets, and get back in gold. But so far, Gambit are just doing a great job laning-wise, and Holberto, he's been on fire. Every time he shows up for a counter gank, he picks up a kill.
Maima taking away the red buff, but he's got to get to his tower because Zoro0 has shot that wave back on towards it. He's going to back himself off. I think he's already just pinged saying, I'm taking you white as well, mate. Holberto, you are too fed, so I'm going to take your jungle away from you. Maima, he's just doing a defensive job, and Holberto is coming around thinking, great, I'm not getting anything from this top half of the jungle. Nukeduck's going to be taking me blue.
Poor Holberto, he just have to be happy with the kills he got. And he's actually very, very tanky from a jungle at the moment. Same goes for Zoro0. He's been farming constantly up in the top lane. He's more or less not even missed any CS because he's picked up so many. So he's going to be very, very hard to kill, especially because Supa Hot Crew have to rely on the fact it's Mr. Rales and Moves killing him.
What I'm interested in seeing is just how fast Holberto is going to be able to run. Because he's got Ghost, he's got Ragnarok, he's going to have Nukeduck's Pix shield.
And then we need a talisman on Edward.
The talisman on Edward. It could be lightning across that map. I fear for Mr. Rales right now.
I fear for the cameraman if you have to try and follow him around and just speed up.
Trying to keep track of him. And you know, this is an unusual setup, but the fact that Supa Hot Crew's bottom lane, they did get first blood. Let's not forget that. They did get the first kill. But Mr. Rales is yet to get that kill because it's been Mixer that's picked 2 of them up.
And it's been a very hard laning phase due to Fury doing a lot of poking onto them and Edward doing a lot of poking. And every time Supa Hot Crew went in for something, they couldn't really pick it up unless Impaler was there. And then the last engage, we had Holberto joining down. They tried to dive in. It was too aggressive, and instead they gave up 3 kills. And that's why they are in the position they are now.
A very different game from last time the Supa Hot Crew faced Gambit. The 2 top laners are just going at it right now. And we're now seeing Zoro0 sadism was used, so he's just going to regenerate all his health. Not a great deal to view from it other than Maima just putting the pressure down on him. We'll see how it develops. Dragon Descent wasn't used, but if Nukeduck comes up here, that could be a problem for Maima.
They can at least try and force out the ultimate and the flash of Maima and put him in a situation where it's very scary for him to split push. I'm not even sure he spotted him. They're going for this one.
They're going to go in towards it. Zoro0 is taking low. Maima going to have to use that Dragon Descent to get away. Will the picks come out? Oh, he will. The flash comes out. He's dead. Nukeduck gets in there.
Such a nice gank. Nukeduck, he actually didn't get spotted by the ward, so he came all the way around, and it was too late for Maima, who was stuck in the middle of the lane. He was slowed down, and then he just picked up the kill.
Oh, you can see Supa Hot Crew realizing the danger, and that was a flash from Moops. Thought he was going to get caught out. Mr. Rales having to go up to the top there. He's going to try and throw the chompers down. The zap comes out, sidestepped by Zoro0.
80 carry ganks are not the strongest, at least not onto this very tanky Dr. Mundo, and it means Gambit can now take up another turret and then keep going around on the map.
And this is incredible because I was talking about how well Supa Hot Crew has done in that lane. In fact, they pushed all those waves, but Gambit, just after those little bit of plays, taking the Dragon fight, they have turned it around and really pressured Supa Hot Crew.
And overall, we have had better ganks from Gambit's side, and now also roaming from Nuke. Moves haven't moved away from the mid lane. He's just full focus on the farming. So Nuke, he just moved up top, picked up the kill, which meant they got the turret. And overall, Gambit actually moving around better on the map than Supa Hot Crew is.
Crazy, crazy stuff. Nuke goes down towards the bottom, gets himself another giant wave of farm. Meanwhile, Moops, let's not forget, is on Kale. Kale, if it goes late, which at the moment is up to 30 minutes already, will become a monster.
Here's the strong thing for Gambit though. Once we get the Lich Bane completed onto Lulu, if they decide to teamfight when he has this free core item, he's doing a lot of damage in this mid-game stage. So if they can pick the right fights, because he has the early death cap, now he picked up the Lich Bane, Gambit, they need to try and start a fight here. They want to make sure they don't let Supa Hot Crew go all the way to late game, when Kale and also Mr. Alice can really start to carry.
Yeah, that will become a problem. Zoro going back, playing defensive duties up against Mima here, who places again that ward that was sidestepped around deadly by Nuke. Mid lane is being pressured here. Nuke is there. He will be able to clear those waves to that clear lands now.
Yeah, it's a big issue actually for Supa Hot Crew. They can't really push anything because Lulu has a lot of wave clear. Lucian has a decent amount of wave clear as well. And also you have the axe from Olaf being thrown down, so it's very hard for them to actually push down the turrets, especially if Nuke is nearby.
And talking of Hulberto, what's his role now in these fights? Is it simply going to be get on towards Mr. Rales, cause problems, or is he going to try and keep Moops out of the picture?
Well, with the way we have the 80 carry build, so he can more or less survive by himself, or that's the plan. It's going to be up to Hulberto and Zoro to just get into the back line. It doesn't even matter if they go into Kale or they go into Mr. Rales. The best scenario for them is to go in, to get the Kale ultimate pop early, and then they switch target to someone else and just hammer them down. That's what they can do, because they're so mobile, they're so fast, they can switch targets really easily.
Mima getting pinged out, and Zoro and Hulberto pushing in. Actually, tell a lie, it was Edward that was at the top there. Lot of wards placed around that top half of the jungle, so full coverage given for Zoro. Zap not going to land its target, and again, they're pushing in. They will get themselves the first turret of the game for the Supa Hot Crew.
Just as we praised the wave clear from Gambit, they were actually a little bit out of position, and Supa Hot Crew, they punished it. The turret was already very low, so they could easily go in and pick it up. That's a hard word to say.
Yeah, hurt. My Danish is not great, but I'm pretty sure we're starting to drift in. Who knows? At the moment, Mima is taking away that red buff, and he's got to keep dealing with Zoro. He's been a pest in that top lane.
A red buff will help him at least to duel Zoro, but Zoro can just always cut away from him. He keeps throwing down the cleavers, he has ultimates from more move speed, so he doesn't even want to fight, he just want to farm and push the wave. He has teleport ready, so for this dragon he can join in again.
Getting taken down very quickly by Gambit. Supa Hot Crew far too late to the party there. Gambit locking it up, but Edward's going to get caught out. Oh, the zap caught him as well. Is it going to be enough? No. Flashes away. The shield just about enough to give him away. The culling coming out simply keeping them at bay here. Nuclear's coming in at the side, but he's split apart from his team. But this is all happening while they've let Zoro farm the top turret.
Yeah, he didn't even want to teleport down because they already got the dragon, and the rest of Gambit were just disengaging. Now Supa Hot Crew, are they moving for him or the Baron?
It looks like it may well be the Baron. They're going to take down that ping ward. Oh, there's a lot of ping wards on there. That's going to surely slow them down. I'm not too sure whether they're going to start it off. They are. They're going to continue. This is dangerous play here. Gambit are closing in.
They can take a fight and they're going in.
Solar Flare goes down, but Hulberto's going deep. Mixer's going to focus on towards Nuke, but look at how much damage he's taken now. Mixer's all in trouble. He's going to get taken out. Fury, oh, they've got him between a rock and a hard place. Zero comes in. A lot of damage on towards him, but still no kills. And the Supa Hot Crew are melting it. Impaler goes down. Gambit are just romping to victory here. Mr. Rales gets dropped and Moops is running for his life, but look at this little pixie chasing him down. It is a quick Lich Bane chasing another Lich Bane, and Moops is going to try. No! Because the flash comes out from Nuke, and it's the Baron for Gambit.
And Supa Hot Crew couldn't have picked the worst time to go Baron. Yes, Edward was in base, but the rest of Gambit were nearby. They went in there, they stopped everything from going on, and they picked the right fight, because look at the items on Gambit's side. They have all the core items they need for all the members, so it was an easy fight for them to take. Notice how when it all started, they were cutting it away. Mixer, he moved in, they got an easy kill on him, and then from there on they just pile onto them with very tanky bruisers, and a lot of damage from Nuke Dog and Fury.
And for once, the focus from Supa Hot Crew was all over the place. They didn't know who to go for. They thought they'd managed to work the damage down. Then they nearly chopped Zoro down. His ultimate just brought all his hit points back, and they just didn't focus on the right things. Ironically, Mixer caught Nuke Dog, but nobody followed through.
Nobody followed because the rest of Gambit were there, and everyone actually, Nuke Dog as well, he started backing off instantly as he caught him. And the rest of Supa Hot Crew, just as you said, due to Zoro coming from the backside, they didn't know which one to go for. They couldn't really flash into this one, or they seemed very confused at least when the fight actually started, and Gambit just punished him for it.
May well have been a bit of a rash call, I think, coming out from the Supa Hot Crew, and that has put them 13,000 gold behind, which is a gigantic deficit 34 minutes into this game. Now they have to try and turtle this one out. They've been in this situation before. SK Gaming themselves are the kings of turtle along with the Copenhagen Wolves, but Supa Hot Crew have done a good job of it themselves. They were down against Fnatic in the lane phase, and they are down against Gambit in a much more serious situation.
Gambit will be able to split push with the teleport, and also if they want to dive with these very two tanky champions, Olaf and Mundo, they can tank a lot of hits. Maimer, he's in the top lane now, so he's not going to join into this defense at all.
Well, it's a 4-man Gambit versus a 4-man Supa Hot Crew, as the top turret will go down, but the bottom inner turret will be going down as well. The Gambit are taking down every little advantage they can. So, only the inhibitor turrets left for Gambit to just chop through, doing a better job, ironically, Gambit in pajamas, than the Gambit team themselves.
And the hard thing for Supa Hot Crew now is they can't really fight in an overall team fight. And now, oh, Hook almost, actually landed onto Impaler, but they couldn't follow up on it.
Didn't want to fly themselves through. Mixer taking, I tell you what, those infected cleavers from Zoro, they're starting to do some serious damage. This is a very, very tanky Mundo right now, tanking that tower for days.
A lot of poke they actually have on Gambit's side, and then they can do this thing with Lulu where he shields himself or someone else, and they move in and they hit it. And very nice lantern by it, because notice if someone should be able to go in on him, they can just click the lantern and jump out.
They've got no way to alleviate the pressure here. This is a simple siege coming out from Gambit, but they're not getting a great deal of damage on towards the turrets. Now, Nuclear's going to rotate around. They've got a good, clean shot on towards this turret. They're taking a lot of damage on it. Fury's going to go aggressive. Couple more hits will do it, but look how quick they'd use the lantern to switch lanes straight in towards this bottom inhibitor turret. Zoro is tanking it up, say Fury, hit the goddamn thing. He will. Mixer comes in. Oh, intervention having to be used there on Mixer. That's not a great start. Impaler's caught out, has to repel. The culling will not land. Instead, he lands on Alberto and runs away. Crazy, crazy stuff, but that inhibitor turret will go down. Don't forget the bottom one is taken low as well. Supa Hot Crew, they're going to back away. They're going to lose 2 inhibitors here.
And Gambit is just moving back and forth between these turrets. They force Supa Hot Crew to react to it, and it's so smart by them because they always get some damage on the turrets, and now they got it so low. And also Mix actually went in on Nuke. They didn't manage to pick up the kill, so he had to get the kill ultimate and get out there, and it was too easy for Gambit to go in and take the turret.
Well, could we be seeing the first win for Nuke Duck and Zoro on this stage now? 0-6 currently, and it's been a long, hard battle for them. They have, of course, come into the LCS as substitutes, not the entire Nudes in Pajamas outfit here, but in the guise of Gambit right now, they are doing a fantastic job up against the Supa Hot Crew, who themselves were on a 4-game win streak, and this is certainly looking like it may well put an end to it. Yeah,
it looks very hard for Supa Hot Crew to actually get to the late game point where Kale and Mr. Rales really have to step up the game and start doing so much damage that Gambit can't tank it. Because they are so tanky at the moment, and look at all the items. They're almost fully stacked out on both Olaf and Mundo, so they will not be able to die unless the rest of our entire Supa Hot Crew just focus all the damage onto one person.
Look at the Supa Hot Crew. They were desperately trying to make a pick, trying to make a play. They were hoping that somebody somewhere would come for them, but instead the Dragon in 20 seconds. Gambit had no interest in that. Instead, they are a 5-man group, and they've all been pot. Look at how much all of these have got pots. Look at the glowing. Eddie has bought both Brilliance pot and Fortitude pot, as well as Zoro and Alberto.
They want to finish this game. They just want to push up with the minions, get the top turret, get the inhib, and then just pressure Supa Hot Crew all the way into their own nexus.
And look at Zoro. He's just going to tank this one up, and why not? Because he's by far the strongest member in there. Alberto himself has got 4,000 hit points. Mimer's going to come in, and the solar flare is going to be used, but simply just pops on towards it. Eddie just tanks up all of the damage from the Supa Hot Crew, simply shrugging it off, and he's just the support.
He's just the support, but the only thing Supa Hot Crew actually used was the ultimate from Mixer. And now Hook again on Impaler.
Uh-oh, intervention. Impaler having to be saved there by Moops, and they are going to back away. This is going to be another inhibitor turret going down. Mixer's desperately trying to look to make a play, but nobody is stepping out of position for Gambit. The hook on Mimer pulls him in. He's going to have to drag his descent if he wants to get out of this. Mixer goes way too deep there, and quick Glitterlance comes across, forces Mimer away. The flash hook! Oh my god, you caught yourself a dragon there, Eddie. He does manage to get away. Oh, and a great turnaround rocket from Mr. Rales, but it's going to be the third inhibitor of the game going down. The Nexus turrets are in danger of falling as well. Mimer's coming around, but there's nothing they can do. Gambit Gaming have taken down Supa Hot Crew with the help of some pajamas.
And every single Hook from Edward in the end